This is Nerd Squared with the news with Mike and Donald.
Hello there, listeners. This is Donald from Nerd Squared to do the Nerd News Podcast. I'm here with Mike, as always. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about some stuff. Not too much news happening this week, so a lot of it is going to be just us talking about whatever we want. So there's one thing I do have to mention. You remember the Michael Bay movie, right? The Ninja Turtles one we were talking about last week?
Yeah.
They're doing a rewrite now.
What, the cast or the...
The entire script.
What the hell?
Yeah, I looked it up. Apparently, online there were so many people complaining about Michael Bay's idea of putting like them as aliens instead of actual Ninja Turtles that the company producing the film finally listened and told Michael Bay he needs to rewrite the whole thing himself. Well, not Michael Bay, but the writers of the film and Michael Bay, that they are not allowed to do the aliens bit. Which is kind of nice because I think this is the first time that people have actually listened to what people want.
That's not very often.
No, I mean how many bad movies do you see where they totally screw up everything, like Ghost Rider?
Yeah, that was...
And Daredevil?
They sucked.
Yeah, they did. They weren't really good. So it's actually kind of nice to see that some filmmakers, and they're starting to take notice that, hey, people don't like this. Plus the fact, Michael Bay's one of those directors you have to put a leash around or else he'll fuck up whatever he's doing.
Is he delusional?
He put Megan Fox in his movies. What does that tell you?
Yeah, quite delusional.
He made Transformers. I mean, look how bad the Transformers look. You got like the little retarded one. What was it? I can't remember the name of it. No, not Bumblebee. Actually, Bumblebee I didn't think was that greatly done. Because Bumblebee could actually speak in the TV series and the comic books. And all of a sudden, the movie they're like, yeah, just make him he can't talk. That'll make him interesting, which it didn't.
No.
I mean, it's great for little kids, but it's not that great.
No.
I complain about it. But also want to mention, you watched the Scream movie series, correct?
Scream?
You've probably at least looked at it, a little bit of footage.
Yeah.
MTV greenlighted an idea to make a TV series based off the Scream movies. Don't give me that look. Don't do that side thing. I'm not a big Scream movie fan whatsoever, but MTV's actually done a lot of great TV series. Did you watch the Teen Wolf series at all?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that one, and that was made with them, and that wasn't badly done at all. So I mean,
I stopped watching after the first season.
But everybody did agree the first season was amazing. For, a movie that had Michael J. Fox in it.
That had Michael J. Fox in it?
The original Teen Wolf? Remember the original movie where he's like car surfing and shit? They're like...
I thought you were talking about the new one.
No, I'm talking about the new one too, but I was just saying that they took this ridiculous movie from the 80s and they're like, let's make an actual good TV show out of it, and they did. They did a great job. So, I might watch a couple episodes at least.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not super stoked. I'm not like, oh my god. I mean, because they've tried this before. In the 90s, they tried to do TV series based off Friday the 13th and Freddy.
I didn't know
but
that.
they weren't main characters in the movies. It was just it was weird how they did the shows. They weren't good at all. They got canceled within their first season. But I mean, I'm hoping it's decent, at least.
Well, as time changes, people's opinions on what quality a show is and whatever changes. So, if a show isn't watched enough, then they gotta cancel it.
Yes, but I do have to say, TV shows are a lot smarter now than they've probably ever been. I mean, back in the 90s, when we were watching TV and watching TV series, we had to look really hard to find something good. I mean, how many nerd shows do you remember in the 90s, other than, the Hercules series and the Xena series?
I never watched. I hated Xena.
My brother, Jeremy's a huge Xena fan. He loves Xena. But I like the Hercules series. I thought Hercules was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was hard to find stuff back then, and now you have all these TV shows.
That's all you find now.
Or just shows like that, and a lot of them are good. I mean, I'm watching Defiance now, and I'm hooked in the show. It's so awesome. I watched the new episode last night.
Yeah.
I mean, Defiance is really awesome. The characters are great. Everything's well written. And it's a science fiction show, so that also gets me.
And aliens.
And aliens.
Yeah. And
my whole thing is the fact the Sci-Fi Channel kind of sucks lately. Now I'm actually starting to get into the Sci-Fi Channel again.
Yeah, they had I don't know, the last 5 years they've had boring shit on there.
And the movies have gotten, worse.
Yeah.
Remember how they used to always have movies on the weekends and you get excited to watch them and you're
I think Star Trek was the biggest thing in the 90s.
Voyager? Yeah. Actually, speaking of Star Trek, They just released a bunch of Star Wars seasons, not Star Wars, Star Trek seasons on Blu-ray today.
Fucking right.
Yeah. It's finally nice to sit there. Like, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but I know a lot of people who do, and it was hard enough to find them on DVD when they came out, because DVD, they never announced it, but now, with the internet and everything else, you can announce these things, and I know a lot of people would want to watch them, especially the original series on Blu-ray.
With Kurt?
With Kirk and Spock and the Hurt Pinch and...
The Nerve Pinch.
Yeah, Vulcan Nerve Pinch.
The Vulcan, yeah.
Yeah, the treble. What are they called? The
treble? Treble.
Yeah, the little fur balls that they just threw around.
Yeah, and they're like the arch nemesis of all the Klingons, seriously. Out of all the enemies the Klingons can have as an arch enemy, they have a little Furby, basically.
Yeah, it's a Furby with, like, more hair, though.
Yeah, and they reproduce by, like, minutes.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's
It's not the worst enemy I've seen in the Star Wars series.
What would be your worst enemy then?
Gungans. The worst enemy I think I've seen ever in sci-fi history would have to be the Gungans. They're so useless.
Yeah, I know.
Their only weapon they have is an energy ball, and especially look at D20 Star Wars. I mean, look, those like their weapons are like the weakest in the series.
What's the point of having them then? Like they don't have any special properties.
You know why the Gungans were created?
Why?
Because they knew little kids would love them.
Yeah.
Merchandise, just like the Ewoks.
I hate those little Care Bears.
I know, but you know
They're
what?
just giant Care Bears with no special powers. They throw stones at you. Seriously.
They still defeated the Empire. We can't take that back.
That was horrible script. Seriously, George Lucas should be shot for that.
No matter how much editing they do, they could not get rid of that. No. That will always be a thing.
Get rid of the original Star Wars movies and recreate them.
Not the originals, just
Ewoks?
Just Return of the Jedi.
He put giant fluffy bears in a sci-fi movie. Seriously.
That was only in Return of the Jedi, so.
Oh my god.
Which Empire's my favorite movie anyways.
And they thought that C-3PO was a god or something?
Yeah.
Because
they worshipped him and put him on a chair and...
C-3PO is the most useless person. His mobility is zero. His only thing that he can do is translation of intellectual languages. That's it.
Yeah. Which I don't understand why they couldn't have made a chip for that, or like, you know, like a PDA where it's like, hey, speaking of this.
Seriously? They don't have Wi-Fi in the future?
I know, right? Like, you said that, like, we have devices right now that will record a language and automatically translate it, and then they can put it back out. I mean, it's expensive, but, I mean, we're talking... You know, this is futuristic. I mean,
apparently they don't have Wi-Fi in the future.
Apparently not. They don't even have the internet. Apparently.
How the hell do they communicate?
I don't.
The HoloNet. What is the HoloNet? If it's not internet or Wi-Fi or whatever you want to call it, how do you communicate through one planet to another?
I don't know. You gotta remember, this was made back in the 70s. They never thought any of this would exist.
Alright. Yeah, true. Okay, I have a matchup for you.
What?
Ewoks vs. Gungans. Minus energy balls, because then it would be totally unfair. Who do you think would win?
What? It would depend on the terrain and the numbers. Like, are they in the forest?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the Ewoks.
Yeah, they do. They can climb trees, apparently.
They can climb trees, and they always make those traps. And
they hide.
A Gungan is dumb enough to walk even into the stupidest of traps.
Don't judge the Gungan species by Jar Jar Binks. I mean, seriously, he was just one of those exceptional.
But if you think about what
if Anakin was like the beacon of the Force, Jar Jar Binks would be like the beacon of retardation. Like he was the entity of being an idiot. He was the shit end of the twins between him and Anakin. You know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dan DeVito.
Yeah.
Arnold got all the good genes.
Arnold got all the good genes.
Jar Jar Binks got all the bad genes.
Actually, that's the best analogy I think I've ever heard for Jar Jar ever. Just like, that was probably the best explanation for that character.
It's the only thing I can think of that could equal out Anakin Skywalker and Jar Jar Binks.
Well, here's something. If you think about it, Anakin wasn't really, like, he does stuff, like, when he has his big moments, he's like, yeah, but when it comes to him just, like, sitting around the ship, he doesn't really do anything.
I know, right?
I've noticed that in the movies I've been watching.
And he's always emo.
I'm not talking 2 and 3 Anakin.
Right.
I'm talking just the first episode.
What was the whole purpose? Just putting a kid in there, hooray, we abducted another one?
I did find that kind of funny. They're like, yeah, I'll send my child with you. Yeah, you seem like a good guy. Even, you know, you're a Jedi, you're in the middle of nowhere, and you want to take my kid from me.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Less bills for me.
I just, that, like, in today's society, that would never happen. They'd be like, oh, I want to take your kid. And you'd be like, don't you take my kid, you son of a bitch.
This is Texas.
Like, that's how it is in this day.
Yeah.
But
apparently
in 2001, that would have happened.
But in the future, it's okay to abduct kids with special abilities and special needs.
You're freaking horrible. Anyways, so, I'll wait till Mike finishes his conniption fit. You can breathe again. Give him a minute, it'll be alright.
Alright.
Anyways, so I played BioShock Infinity and I already beat it.
Did?
Yeah, it's alright. I don't understand why everybody's been like, oh my god, this is the greatest game ever made. Like, it's got, like, critical reviews.
The only one I saw in the gameplay was BioShock 1, and I really didn't get into it.
I love BioShock. I like the series.
It's with a guy in an underwater helmet, suit, whatever, walking around with a demon child.
No, that's the second game. The first game, you're going to this underwater city called Rapture, and it's highly advanced. Like, when the game, I think you're in, like, the 1950s, and you go down this place, and all of a sudden it's, like, well advanced. And they're into, like, genetically altering each other.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, you'd have to play BioShock to get it, which it's worth playing. It's fun. Yeah. It's a fun game. Like, BioShock Infinite is a really fun game. I like it, but it's not like, holy crap, this is, like, it was a big letdown compared to what everybody thought it was.
Not like Skyrim.
No, not like Skyrim. I mean, I put a lot of hours into Skyrim, but I'm not a huge Skyrim fan myself because I just don't have the time to dedicate, 100 hours.
There's so much stuff in that, dude. It's not even
Yeah,
right.
I don't have the 100 hours to dedicate to that game like
at
everybody else
does.
That's at least.
I put in, when I was playing Final Fantasy 8 and 9, I put in at least 50, 60 hours into those.
I am lucky if I got maybe under 80 hours in each Final Fantasy game I played.
I mean, Final Fantasy 9, I went around and collected 300, 400 frogs.
I know, just for that one move with Quinn.
I mean, it's the cheapest move and it does the most damage.
But still,
non-elemental damage.
I know, but still, people still did that. But
I did.
Yeah. I mean, BioShock's fun. I'd play it, but I'm definitely gonna say it's not a $60 game for me at least. Because I watched a lot of reviews on it, because I'm like, how good is this game? And everybody's just like, it's the greatest game ever made, and a lot of people complain about the game because you can only carry 2 weapons at once. And in the original game, you could carry all your weapons. But in this game, they added, I think there's at least 12 or 13 different weapons.
More than Halo.
Yeah. So, and you can only carry 2 at a time, but you can constantly switch, Like, say if you have a pistol and a machine gun and somebody drops a shotgun, it's kind of like in Halo where you switch them up. And people are just upset about that because they're like, I don't get to carry all my weapons. It's like, wow, so they made it harder for you?
More realistic? Yeah, I
They're
don't
more
really
realistic and it's harder.
When in the military, you don't see a guy carrying around 3 different rocket launchers, 2 MP-15s, and then a machine gun on him. And be able to climb up walls like nothing.
Yeah, I really don't have any complaints other than some potholes that I see. I really have no complaints about the game, but it's not like the greatest game I ever played. As everybody else speculated. They're like, it's the greatest game ever. I'm just like, it's cool. I like playing it, but I'm not like, holy crap. Like everybody else seems to be. And I played also AMC's Walking Dead Killer Instinct game.
Never seen it.
It's fun. It's kind of like Dead Island, but it's more realistic.
Never played that game.
Never played Dead Island?
Not really into zombie games.
I'm not either, but the Walking Dead show is so awesome to me. So I tried to try it out at least once. It's fun. It's fun. That's pretty much it for games for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really been not a lot of gaming this week. A lot of working and a lot of other stuff. So remember how last week we were talking about we were naming Vince Diesel movies, and the first thing you mentioned was Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
They're making a 6.
Yeah, I know.
There's been a lot of stuff on,
I've already seen the previews for number 6.
I know, but I was online and there's especially on YouTube and Facebook, there's a ton of advertisement for just that movie, and I don't even think when's it coming out?
14th, I think. I mean, 2014, I think. Or 13.
Really? I figured it's roughly coming out this year, and there's already just all this stuff for it, all these trailers and all this other stuff for it.
Yeah.
And it's number 6. It's not going to be that great. Plus, it has Dwayne Johnson in it. AKA The Rock.
He's not bad of an actor.
He's not a bad actor, but I'm not I'm not excited. It's not like they're putting like Sean Connery in the series. Which you want to sell a number 6, put an old guy in there. There's never any old guys. Put Sean Connery or like.
Did you know they're actually making another Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm ecstatic.
My girlfriend's all fucking bungled with that. And
I'm excited because honestly, I just like the movie series.
I like the first 3, but when they took out
Orlando Bloom
Orlando Bloom
and Keira Knightley,
yeah,
and pretty much any other character from the first 3,
yeah, it just kind of took it away because they were the original people, and I mean they should have continued his storyline. Well, him coming back from the Dutchman.
Yeah, but that's not for like years later. That's probably why they changed it. But here's my whole thing: Johnny Depp is still funny in World's
He's an amazing actor.
He's an amazing actor. I've never seen a Johnny Depp movie, and I'm like, that was a piece of crap.
He's one of those actors that can play almost any role. A pirate.
A scientist.
A drunk.
Drug dealer.
A druggie in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I was going to say, oh yeah, and I was talking about the drug dealer, I was talking about Below.
I was talking about the Rum Diary when he was drunk.
Oh yeah, the Rum Diaries too. That's 2 Hunter S. Thompson movies he's done. He's played him twice.
He's also played a former mafia terrorist in not Night and Day.
No, that was Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
With Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. The other one when he stole money from the mafia. I'm not sure. I know I have it on my computer. I just don't know what the hell it's called.
What else? What else can you say Johnny Depp's been? A mentally handicapped take care of guy.
Who? When? What?
Eating Gilbert grapes. Remember Leonardo DiCaprio? He's mentally handicapped.
No, I haven't seen that.
Really?
No.
I'm surprised. And he's played mentally handicapped.
He has?
Benny and June. It was a '90s movie.
Yeah.
He plays as an Amish guy. He can't read, and he's kind of like not there.
Huh. Oh, he also played as that disturbed writer in The Window.
23. Not 23. Secret Window.
Secret Window. That was pretty good. He killed his wife.
Yeah, he did. He did kill
and
his
they buried
wife.
underneath his.
He's played. Was he Jack Skellington too?
I'm not sure. When what?
And Nightmare Before Christmas? Because he does like every Tim Burton film that's ever come out.
I'm not sure who played that. I haven't seen that for so
I want
long.
to say I'm 50-50 saying he played as Jack Skellington. He probably didn't, but I think he probably did just because it's Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton was he's a unique mind.
I think all his films are kind of like meshed together, and they're all pretty much the same now. I liked the Demon Barber movie, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd, that was pretty...
I mean, the Broadway play has been amazing for years, and to see that put in was pretty awesome.
I forgot her name.
The girl?
Yeah.
That's Tim Burton's wife, dude.
Yeah, I know that.
And she's in every movie, too, and yet, for some reason, Johnny Depp's always killing her. In every movie they're in, like, it's like Tim Burton, you really...
But she's
played
a lot of bad people, though.
She's done a lot of acting.
Beatrice from Harry Potter.
Yeah, she's also done a lot of acting outside movies. She does like a lot of plays and Broadway shit and all that nice stuff. Yeah, she's like a universal.
What is she, English, British?
I think she's English. English, British, same, that area of the world.
Same accent.
Same accent.
Y'all. that was Texas.
I think the next role Johnny Depp should play is a rock. Just a rock. Like, that's the only thing I've seen him be an animal in Rango.
Oh my, yeah, he should.
I think the only two I haven't seen him be.
Twig. I think he should be.
I think he hasn't been a tree, an alien, and a rock. That's what he'd have. And then if he did that, he'd play virtually everything.
Maybe they're gonna put aliens in the new Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, he'll be an alien instead.
Well, who was that director you said who fucks up scripts all the time?
Michael Bay.
Yeah, good thing he's not doing Pirates of the Caribbean. He put Ninja Turtles in.
Could you imagine if Michael Bay had gotten hold of the script for Pirates of the Caribbean? Like,
oh my god.
They're no longer pirates. They're astronauts. Johnny Depp, you're cutting your hair and putting on makeup. Why? Because I said so. Because I'm Michael Bay and I mess up everything I do.
Yeah,
because I think I'm original, but all I do is take things people love and just crush them in everything they were. I bet you he's one of those type of guys he refers to himself in third person.
He probably does. And he's like,
I'm Michael Bay. Michael Bay don't like this film.
Michael Bay's not going there. I actually did that for like 3 days straight, talking about myself in third person. It was the original.
I've never done that.
I have.
But I imagine that like, there's some people in this world who do it, and Michael Bay seems like one of those types of guys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Tom Cruise has his running in every movie. Michael Bay has aliens and fucking up all the movies he makes. Johnny Depp is a phenomenal actor. I mean,
like, I think he's crazy. He's got to be crazy. Like, there's got to be a lot of going on up there.
Well, I mean,
he did play Hunter S. Thompson twice, so.
Never seen that.
Hunter S. Thompson, you know Fear and Loathing? And
yeah. That's
a real guy. That's all real. That really happened.
In the movie?
Both in Rum Diary and Fear and Loathing, that's a real guy. And that's the guy's name is Hunter S. Thompson. He's a famous writer, and that's both the same person.
Oh, I thought you said the drugs in the movie were real.
He did do all those drugs in those movies.
He did?
Well, not Johnny Depp, but Hunter S. Thompson did. Like, you know when you would say, oh, we got all those drugs in the trunk? Hunter S. Thompson did all those.
Holy shit, he's still alive?
No, actually, he killed himself like 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
He actually said one day, I'm just going to kill myself. And that's what he did one day. He was just like, I've had enough. And shot himself.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
He died on his terms.
Yeah, basically, he did. He's one of the, he's famous for doing what's called gonzo journalism. It's a type of journalism that really just, you could pretty much say and do whatever you want. And you just go outside the normal.
Dude, if I did that and someone saw my diary, I'd be in prison right now. Or am I? I mean,
but he'd get all this work to go, like he was supposed to do like I think the Super Bowl one time, and instead of writing about the Super Bowl, he wrote about something else. Yeah.
What the hell?
And he gets paid all this money in a hotel, and he trashes the hotel room. Like I think there's like 3 or 4 Hunter S. Thompson movies about him, and one time it was Hunter S. Thompson was played by Bill Murray, and 2 other times it was Johnny Depp.
I do like Bill Murray though.
I like Bill Murray.
Especially when he was in
Zombieland.
Zombieland, yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
He's the greatest actor of all time. His final role as a zombie, before he's a zombie.
I mean, he's just one of those actors that you cannot see turning into a legit zombie. He just...
No, he's too smart for that.
Yes, he is. He's actually quite smart person. Though.
Yeah, he is. Though he has done some, like...
strange roles.
Indie movies. Like, you ever seen, I think it was Lost in Translation with Scarlett Johansson?
No.
It wasn't that great. He's in Japan. It's just one of those weird indie movies that people do once in a while when they get fed up doing their own thing.
No, no.
Yeah. So, that's going to wrap it up for here at the newscast. Slow week, so not much news, mostly us just talking. So, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show.